I'm Parker with RECON G6, and this is your event update for the 2024 Asian Scale Invasion Return of the Dragon RECON G6. Now, you'll hear a little Q&A session going on because our first event, the FIX Enduro. Go, Ghost Questionnaire. The FIX Enduro is an RC endurance event with 3-hour, 6-hour, and 12-hour classes. You win a FIX Enduro by joining and competing in the FIX Enduro. But the driver with the most laps in your respective time category, time class, will be the 3-hour champion, the 6-hour champion, or the highly acclaimed 12-hour FIX Enduro champion. Good shoes, waterproof would be good because there may or may not be clear dirt on a FIX Enduro course. A couple of pairs of socks. Tips and tricks. Change your socks throughout the day, throughout the 12 hours. Well, we shorten that down to a G6 certified stamp. So when you see that RECON G6 certified stamp on product, on websites, packaging, that tells us as a consumer that that product has survived 12 hours plus 1 lap in the FIX Enduro. You can certify RTRs. You can certify your favorite hop-up products or aftermarket products. You can certify your own or your best friend's 3D printed products. Maybe it's a startup 3D printed company. Toe straps are popular, and toe straps are needed in the FIX Enduro. There's not too many rules. The most important one is no hogging. You're not allowed to flip your truck over in your hand. You're not allowed to kick your truck to get up and over something. We use a toe strap. The toe strap, it's penalty enough stopping, bending over, hooking your toe strap on, flipping your truck back on its tires, or aiding your truck through an obstacle, up and over an obstacle. Trust me, that's enough penalty. If you do that, you receive a hard warning. After that warning, if you're caught kicking your truck over using your hand or your foot, then you're disqualified. Boundaries. Oh, another important thing is majority of the course, and it varies from course to course, location to location, the driver and the driver's vehicle must stay inside the course. The course is lined with boundaries, with boundary ribbon. Inside that ribbon, there may be truck-only sections where only your truck is permitted to drive in that ribboned-off section. Yeah, but all that will be explained to you in the FIX Enduro drivers meeting. Mandatory brakes. Another great rule is every 12-hour FIX Enduro driver must take a mandatory 30-minute break within the first 8 hours. This is crucial. We want drivers to take a break, hydrate, but it's also a tactical thing. That's the one aspect I think of the FIX Enduro that not a lot of drivers understand until they do it. There's tactics. It's not just grabbing your controller and walking or running behind your vehicle for 12 hours. You have to have a game plan. When to do battery changes. How far can you go on one battery? All these things play into the overall experience that's known as the FIX Enduro. Speaking of batteries, you're only allowed 3. 12-hour FIX Enduro drivers, you're only allowed 3 batteries. Okay, technically 4, or we could say 3.5. You have 3 batteries for your vehicle. 1 in the truck, 1 you can carry in your pocket just in case the one in the truck dies and you can do a a battery swap out on the course. The other one must be on the charger charging. Battery milliamps vary. You're allowed one large milliamp battery because, let's face it, battery companies are constantly improving the batteries and increasing the milliamps, and they want to certify those batteries in the FIX Enduro. So we do make adjustments, and then that half of battery or that fourth battery, you're allowed up to a 800 milliamp battery to power your winch or your lights. A lap varies obviously on the location, but minimum it's half a mile or 0.83 kilometers, I believe, up to 1 mile or 1.6 kilometers, roughly, give or take. Ooh, driver challenges. I'll tell you two, because two are the most popular, and they're highly entertaining, and every FIX Enduro driver, 12-hour driver, looks forward to them. One is the bell lap. Every 12-hour FIX Enduro driver will drive at least one lap wearing the bell belt. They will turn in their music equipment, their ear pods, whatever, and they will enjoy the sounds of Austrian bells ringing in their ears as they complete a lap. The next challenge that I will tell you about briefly is the banana challenge. Every 12-hour driver does this. You have to take the banana pick challenge, and yeah, it's turned out to be historical. Wow. We'll try to give you the Cliff Note version. I would have to mention for like the first 3-4 years, because the FIX Enduro only happened once a year, was my first ever FIX Enduro. That was incredible. And I knew after that how to change some things to make it better for the drivers. But I think the first ever FIX Enduro champion, Michael Pham, a lot of people don't realize that the first ever FIX Enduro was 18 hours long. And yeah, that's why that was only the first Enduro, 18 hours long. There's a very elite club inside the 12-hour FIX Enduro drivers. Because, look, the 12-hour FIX Enduro was never intended for the masses, because it really takes a certain driver to want to drive his RC car for 12 hours. But I'm telling you, once you do it, it becomes addictive. So much so that our FIX Ironman is Lucas Klemfa. Okay, I butchered that last name, but Lucas, you're a stud. He was the first ever driver to complete a marathon distance with his RC car in just over 9 hours in Austria, at the same location they hold the Red Bull Rodeo. And he's also our longest, how do I want to say this? He's also our distance record holder at, and I always flip-flop this, 54 miles, 54.6 miles. He achieved that in Italy. And according to him, that was one of the hardest FIX Enduros ever, because it was an anaerobic course. And now, Lucas is no ordinary human being. He's a multi-medalist in the Winter Olympics. So, but he is part of a very elite group of drivers that have done a marathon distance in 12 hours. And yeah, that's got to be one of my favorites, is that special group of drivers. Oh, and children are more than welcome, but they need their parents' permission. And we have had children compete in the 12-hour FIX Enduro, usually as a team member. So we've had several children as team champions. Speaking of team, we do have a team class for the 12-hour FIX Enduro drivers, and it's teams of 3. And usually this vary if you have special needs or you have some special requirements that you'd like to certify product. Usually a team of 3 try to certify 1 RTR truck. But there is a team class where you could have 3 drivers with their own truck each that has special rules and guidelines that go along with it. And yeah, the team class is super, super cool. All right, now you know a little bit about the FIX Enduro, but I'm going to tell you, to be the first to participate in the first ever Asian FIX Enduro, dude, that happens only once in a lifetime. So whether it's a 3-hour, 6-hour, 12-hour class, you got to come out. The FIX Enduro will test you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Yes, it's not for everyone, but my goodness, if you become one with your vehicle, it's amazing. You'll bicycle your rig and you'll save it 5-6 feet and save it. Your whole insides is going crazy, but you're so focused that you're just straight faced and focused on driving. But inside you're doing cartwheels, backflips because you just bicycled your truck and saved it. Not to mention the fact the last time that we had the Asian scale invasion, we had, and I think it was more than 17 nations. We had the largest group of radio controlled scale adventure fanatics in one place with multiple different languages, and the one common denominator was that RC car. So stay tuned for your next event update. It'll be one of them. I'm Parker. See you there. Woo-hoo. For fun, excitement, and adventure. Don't forget bells and banana pick.